Pre-game show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And the topic here prior to tip-off, so many teams in the league going up-tempo these days. Kenny, as a player, did you like that style? I'm assuming you had to love it.
Because the one thing about playing up-tempo, Ernie, it brings you back to the roots of the game, why you started playing. If you ever go to a pickup game, you ever go to a park game, no one's stopping play and calling plays. They're going up and down. The big fella Shaq, when he first came into the league, the first thing I saw was him grab the ball coast to coast in the All-American game. That's what players want to do and people want to see.
You know, that was a great example, Kenny, but towards the end of my career and most of my career, I was honestly more of a half-court player. I was pretty fast for my size, but my strength was my biggest edge. In the half-court, barbecue chicken alert. I had to put that work in, Ernie.
That about.
A nighttime view of the Miami sign here in South Beach. 20,000 fans in a chorus at the American Airlines Arena. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on Miami. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward.
With Joakim Noah, I mean, you know exactly what he's going to give you every season. Rebounding, block shots, steals, a few points, relentless energy and enthusiasm, and even a few assists as well.
Now the Bulls with it. Outside Rose. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Rebound by the Bulls.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Rose kicks to Gasol. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Gasol's got his second basket of the game. Pass to Dragic. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot's good on the assist by Wade.
Shots like that from Dragic sure look easy.
The Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
The Heat have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. No luck, and it's Chicago the other way. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And he starts out with the miss in this one.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Green comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year. In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Brooks, the pass to Noah. There's the pick. From the arc. And Brooks is good for 3. Brooks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Miami trailing. Now Dang. Gibson with the steal. Mirotic with it. Just 3 on the clock. And Noah with the slam.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy.
Got it! Oh, got it! What a shot!
The fans are loving it, Kevin. What a shot!
And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, I think it's been noticeable just because this has been my decision, too. And I want to make it good, great, actually. Not good, but great.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought, and it's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates, Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Bulls. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Derrick Rose is out there with Brooks. And it's Mirotic in at the 3. Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
Brooks with the bucket.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Derrick Rose. Unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
The Heat making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic, and it's Heinrich in for Aaron Brooks.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that. And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
And the second free throw, good.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Gasol setting the pick for Heinrich. Back to Gasol. Fires from the line. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Gasol's got 6.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
There's Winslow. Here's Whiteside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary. Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroke. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And GA, as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
Pass to Chalmers. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. No good from Bosch.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And the first half is...
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
They had a focus to working inside, and it's working, Ernie. They've done a great job of recognizing mismatches.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Pau Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Dang in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
It's Dragic with the drive. He kicks it to Whiteside. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. 7 points now in the game for Hassan Whiteside.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
To the inside, Noah, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And the Heat call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The Bulls leading by 4. Brooks outside. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Miami. And a change for the Bulls. Taj Gibson's checked in for Pau Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. The shot by Stoudemire, no good. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even their perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Mirotic has a wide open look, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Mirotic has got his second bucket.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
The shot's good from Stoudemire. The drive by Brooks, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Brooks has got 7.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Here's Rose. So for Chicago right now, Butler team to Dunleavy on the perimeter. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. And it's Rose in at the 1. The Heat trail by 4. And here's Dragic. Here's Bosch. Got a hand on it. And they'll keep possession. Goes back up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled, and they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
The Bulls leading by 3. Rose goes in. That's good.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
Right side, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Dang dishes to Whiteside. Back to Dang. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Dunleavy. He's guarded by Dragic. Butler with room to shoot. The kick out to Rose. Second shot opportunity. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. 12 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Pau Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're down by 7. 1:33 left in the 4th. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop it. Guys, back to you.
Really opportunistic basketball there. And when they desperately needed it, timely, opportunistic basketball.
And it really couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, they've got to take even more chances on defense now. Try to get some more of those steals to start the break.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Rose kicks to Gasol.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. The feed to Whiteside. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
59 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Rose against Dragic, and finished off by Rose.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Double team on Rose. Gasol up top, goes up on the high post. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And now an 11-point Bulls lead.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them, slipped right out of their hand.
Whiteside, good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Rose against Dragic, and it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He drops the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And he makes both free throws.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 11. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard. And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joakim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Congratulations, Joakim. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
Boy, how many times are we going to see Pau Gasol come out and control a basketball game like he did tonight? This guy who for years has been a mastermind of the low post game. Points, rebounds, assists. You're going to get it all from Pau Gasol on the block, not to mention his veteran leadership.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.